Hey YouTube, Sergeant Savinelli. How's everybody doing today? So I had this great score this past weekend that I just absolutely had to share with everybody. So I went to flea market, me and Mrs. Sarge, and I come across this box that's got two pipes in it. Both are brand new, never smoked, and old. First one is this beautiful Medico Crest from the Medico Pipe Company. Brandy spanking new, never had any tobacco in there or fire to it or anything. It did have a brand new filter in there from back when, which I promptly ripped out. So, looking this one up, as near as I can tell, this was from the early 60s, before the 1966 advent of Medico creating this Brylon, part briar, part nylon. After that, their briar line kind of diminished a little bit, and they did a half and half to try to keep up with the competition of the day. And in order to do that, keeping costs down, they came up with this material called Brylon. This is not that. That is an imported briar. I don't know, you're not going to be able to see that, I don't think. That's a pure briar, and it's a beaut. Absolute brand new condition. So that was pipe number one. Pipe number two, in the same box, is another Medico. This was the Sterling Silver line. It's got a, I want to say it's like an Egyptian or an Aztec or something along those lines, scene in sterling silver all the way around the top. I don't know if you could take a look at that, if you could see that. Yeah, you should be able to see that, okay. All the sterling silver overlay, or inlay, that's actually inlay, it's actually carved inward into the pipe, into the briar. Also, unsmoked, early 60s, 62, 66, pinpointing the exact year is impossible, but near as I can tell, early. Nice clean briar, look at that. I bet you this one's got a Medico filter in there too, right? Nope. Nope, this one didn't have it. It will take one though. So, I thought today would be a perfect day to light one of these puppies up for the first time in their lives. I get to start the history on these pipes, which I think is super cool. I'm not going to do the silver one today. I'm actually kind of worried about lighting the silver one up because I don't know how much heat the silver will actually take before it'll start to melt. So I'm going to do a little research on that before I fire this one up. We're going to light this one today. So you all know my favorite tobaccos for breaking in brandy new pipes, right? Carter Hall. All right, let's go ahead and load this thing up. The bowl is deceiving. It seems to take a lot more than what it looks like it might take. Mm-hmm. And there it is. Raw briar. Carter Hall is so good. Now, before you purists out there come camp out in my yard with pitchforks and lanterns and torches, I don't follow that third at a time nonsense when I break in bowls. Pipes are made to have tobacco in them, so I generally just load it up and off I go. With the tamp, this one comes just below the top line, and it's going to break in just fine. I'll probably smoke this one at least once a day for, the next week or so. And then she should be well on her way. Had a conversation with Ghost Cobb the other day about that. Breaking in a pipe with a full chamber of tobacco instead of doing a third for 6 smokes and another third for 6 smokes and then the final third for 6 smokes and all of that crap. I don't go for it. Neither does he. Neither do a lot of us. We just stuff and light. Had a little text chat back and forth with the Artful Codger as well. Ben wanted to make sure that I was going to actually smoke these. There we go, Ben. First one's up right here. I'm a little worried about that silver one. Because, heat and silver don't get along too good together. I don't know if this was more of a novelty pipe than it was meant to be smoked. If anybody knows anything about those Sterling Silver Medicos, pipe up. Let me know. Because what I can find online is very limited. And as you all know, these things get hot. Do they get hot enough to where that silver is going to start to melt or turn nasty or I don't know. I mean, there is some tarnish on it just because of the fact that it is sterling silver, which I'm not going to bother to polish up. It's not silverware to eat with for company. That's different. But yeah, anybody knows anything about these things, let me know. Do I have to worry about lighting that up for the first time or smoking it on a regular basis? Am I going to have trouble with my sterling silver? I don't know. The model of this was the Crest, Medico Crest. For those of you that remember the big medical cards, in the drugstore that had these all, elastic banded so that you can just go over and pick your own. The Crest was one of the more popular ones. They came in smooth. This one's this one's got some routing at the top. If you could see the ridges. Great smoking pipe though. Smokes really, really well. So it rained like the hammers of hell yesterday. Good for the garden and the grass. That's about all it's good for. We needed rain, but not all at once. A little at a time would be perfect, like at night when I'm working. So I'm making a trip down to the Big Easy, Narlands. Did I say that right? Next month. thought it'd be pretty neat if I could get together and have a bowl or two with Padre Piper while I was down there. So I got a hold of him yesterday. He thinks it's a great idea too. And then he springs on me that during that time that I'm going to be there may actually be some kind of pipe club event down there. That'd be cool. So he was going to check the calendar and get back to me on that. Padre, if you're watching, cheers. Going down there for business. 6 days. But I will have some free time. One of the guys I worked with says, "You're going to New Orleans in August? It's going to be hotter than the devil's butt crack." I'm not quite sure how he knows just how hot the devil's butt crack is. I'm not going to ask. Now, I've been chooching this thing pretty good. And it's really not warming up that much. I mean, yeah, there's a little warmth there, but I've got pipes that by now I wouldn't have been able to hold it. I'd have had to hold it like the old Canadian. The old Canadians, you hold them like this, right? Right, Eric? You hold the Canadian pipe like this? Huh? I got one that I'm going to have to smoke soon, very soon. It was a gift. It's an old one, also from the 60s. That one's got a little bit of wear and tear to it. Broke in just right, you might say. So back to New Orleans. I'm looking forward to some real Cajun food. I cook Cajun style up here myself. I love Cajun food. So I'm always looking for good Louisiana recipes. The old school stuff, the old world stuff. And I make a hell of a jambalaya. I've been told. I think I do too, because I really like mine. I usually make mine extra spicy. Bye, Brooklina. Middle daughter going off to work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not getting a lot of warmth. Not a lot of heat at all. And of course, Carter's small. Did you hear me? First day with the new tongue. Give me a week or so, it'll work. Carter Hall burns cool anyway. It smokes cool. It can burn hot, but it smokes cool for the most part. I keep getting these iMessages popping up on my screen. Hopefully they're not going to interfere with this video. They're from work. I'm not answering. I'm off till tonight. I'm going to keep it that way. I like these pipes. Well, this one so far. The other one, I like the way it looks. Anybody else like medical pipes out there? These are old codger pipes right here. If you check out Eric, the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker's latest video, he did a whole thing on old codger style pipes. Check it out. The Medicos, the Graybos, back in the day, those were the pipes. Those were working man pipes. Bard. Custom builds. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm glad that I have the honor of starting the history of this pipe. Well, the smoking history of this pipe. This pipe has its own history from that little block of briar that it started out at. But the smoking history is going to begin with me. And hopefully it'll carry on for the next couple hundred years. Wouldn't that be cool if this pipe were around 100 years from now and someone was still smoking it? Won't be me, guaranteed, but somebody. I think that'd be real cool. Oh, look, it's raining again. Very nice. Well, thanks for joining me for my little inaugural smoke in my newly acquired Medico Crest from the early 60s. And like I said, if anybody knows anything about the Sterling Silver line, please feel free to comment. Hey, I know who knows about this pipe right here, huh? Doug Owen from the Cargo Hold. Hey, Doug, if you're watching this, what can you tell me about this Sterling Silver pipe, man? Medico, Sterling Silver. I've seen these things go as high as $114 on eBay. I picked mine up for 20 bucks. And mine's brand new, unsmoked, never been. Look. That $114 one looked like it had been through a train wreck. I guess you can smoke them because all of those were all smoked and used, the ones that I saw on eBay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a worrywart. Could be. Anyway. Thanks again for joining me. Let's try this again. I hope you all had a chance to pack a pipe and have a little with me. This is a short one. Well, not too short. Oh, we're sitting at almost 20 minutes. Boy, Sarge can yap, huh? Hope you all have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.